Hey guys, welcome to another Sims 4 speed build. This is the speed build that almost killed me. It was so frustrating, but I like the way it turned out. I will give a couple caveats to this. Also, before we get too far in the video, you should know that I have a very cranky poodle on my lap. Watson, our favorite architect critic, has come to join us again today on my lap, but he is not here for voiceovers. And so he has voiced his opinion a couple of times already. So if you hear him in the background, he's fine, he's healthy, he's spoiled, he's happy, although he's probably not at the moment. Anyways, just so you're aware. I wanted to build an A-frame house. Now here's the deal. I don't know why I did this to myself. I know A-frames don't work very well, if at all, in The Sims. I am aware of this. I have tried this so many times before. But I have dreams. And one of those dreams is being able to build a cute little A-frame house in The Sims. The second one being, I really would love attic bedrooms, but the way the roofs work in The Sims 4 don't allow for that. And I know this, and I don't know why I subject myself to this every time, especially when the last couple weeks at work have been, like, long and hard. Not bad, necessarily, just long and hard. And then I come home and I'm like doing a build that halfway through I was like, I hate this so much. I digress. We ended up with a little A-frame. What you're seeing here is attempt number 1. I left this in, despite the fact that I don't stick with this design, because a lot of times I'll see, like, especially James Turner, he'll do something and I'm like, oh my god, that's so inspiring, I want to do that too. And then he'll delete it and move on to something else. But he left it in there as like a trial and then an eventual, like, moved away from it. But I got super inspired by the thing that he moved away from. And so I wanted to do that for you guys too, to a point where, like, you could see this first attempt with the rounded roofs and me, like, sitting here trying to decide if I like the rounded roofs, because this was my crappy first attempt. I didn't end up liking it. I didn't end up staying with it. But you may see this and be like, wow, if she had pushed it farther, or she had done it this way, or she had taken it to the next logical step, whatever, yada yada, it could have turned out cool. And so, long story short, the reason I'm showing you this is because this might be, please make this better than I did. Long story short. But this design here that you're seeing right now, I don't end up sticking with. So here's the deal. Here's the caveats to the final build that you'll see in a minute. Because I built this and then I was like, I need to sit with it. Walked away from it for a bit. Came back and restarted. So the final build looks drastically different. The caveats for the final build are it's totally playable. Everything works. I would argue it is not the most functional in that it's kind of a pain. It's cute, but it's a little bit obnoxious to play in just because of the roofs that end up everywhere. In terms of, like, if you wanted to tweak something in the final build, it's not inherently buildable. You absolutely could, like, tweak it. You guys are crazy talented. But, like, it would be a little bit of a pain in the butt because of how many roofs there are. And I think it's really cute, but it had the ability to be so much cuter. It could have been so much cuter. It was so much cuter in my head. So those are kind of the caveats. If you were going to download the final version of this, just be aware. Playing in it might be a little rough, and expanding it for, like, generations of your Sims family, you may want to consider just bulldozing and starting again. See, some of this was kind of cool. Here's where we start again. Here's where it gets crazy, and it's not going to look that crazy to y'all, because for the most part, I cut the, like, me having a small meltdown over it out. I spent 2 days on the roofing, which in an A-frame kind of makes sense, but it was a pain. It was a pain. And then every time I thought I would get it to work, it wouldn't, because, like, you can't have roofs near stairs at all. Stairs and roofs are mortal enemies and do not get along. And even if there's no roof showing, if there's roof where a stair could possibly have been at one time in its life, it's war. You can't have, like, roofs anywhere close to a Sim bed, apparently, or he won't use the bed. It was a mess. Couldn't use the stairs, couldn't use the bed, all because the roof that didn't really existed, but it didn't cut it away the right way, and it was crazy. I like the way it turned out. Like, I was looking at the pictures, the final pictures today, and I was like, okay, she's cute. The problem is it doesn't negate the fact that she was a pain to build. But I think it would be fun for a single sim to play in. Alright, so Watson has decided he doesn't like this build very much and has left, but I'm sure we'll hear him yelling in a moment. Things that I really like about this build. I love the little stairs wrapping around the TV nook. I think that's cute. I like the size of it, not right now, because this is the part where I realize something went hinky and I can't figure it out. This takes a long time. I think I cut some of it out. Like, you can see me, like, mentally trying to catalog how this is gonna work. Ouch, excuse me, that was my knee hitting my desk. I was pulling my feet up into my chair. Now my knee hurts. Life is hard, you guys. Anyways, ouch, and that was my elbow. This build is cursed, you guys. This build is cursed. What was I saying? Oh, I like the stairs wrapping around the little TV nook. I like the overall size, and everything has been tested. It does work, although I sit here playing around. Also, it said the video had popped up. I can't find that video. I don't know what it was recording, just so you're aware. I like the size of it. I do like the little upstairs loft area. I liked it better. I don't think you guys ever got to see it. I think at that point I had turned the camera off because I realized it was going to be obnoxious. But at one point, the upstairs little nook that you'll see in the end, it was a loft. It overhung, and then there was a cutout part in the kitchen as well to let natural light in from the second story, because the second story ends up having some big windows. I don't think you guys got to see that because I did all that work. I thought it was lovely, and then I realized with those being open, the whole build is considered outside, and you can't futz around with the lighting. So I had to remove the loft. Lots of nonsense like that. I just wish Sims roofs worked the way I wanted them to. But I digress. I do want to try something like this again. I want to try an A-frame again, and this time it'll be a single story, super mini thing, and we'll just I think maybe we'll just make the whole top a big ol' what's the word I'm looking for? Oh my goodness, what is the word I'm looking for? Sunroof? That is not right. Skylight! Oh my goodness, there we go. Skylight! It was right there. We'll make it a big old skylight or something. We'll make it single story, possibly with that pop out like I was trying to do on the first generation. I want to tackle this again with what I've learned. But by this point, I was determined and not being smart, if that makes sense. But at this point in the build, and a little bit later when I'm messing with the rooms more, because I realize more of it doesn't work. Oh, just wait, it gets better. At this point, I was already determined to make it work, so it had to turn out in this way. But I think I want to try this again and make the A-frame single story, and then I want to take the layout and be able to do the the teeny loft and the sort of transom window kind of situation, but not in an A-frame, because then I can do the layout that I ended up liking that was really cute that you guys didn't get to see. Well, you can kind of see it there. See how it's cut out towards the bottom? I tapped the mic there. I'm sorry, because I was pointing. Not that you guys can see. But take those ideas and incorporate them into not an A-frame where it would work better. Because I liked some of those ideas a lot. Here's me deciding whether I love or hate this part of the house. And then painting, and then this is where more roofing has to happen because I realize I either have to paint it all one color, and I didn't want to do that. But yeah, I want to take some of those concepts and the little room for the thing, which ended up not working. I want to take some of those concepts and try to redo those in a not an A-frame is the point I'm trying to make. So there might be 2 more similar builds coming up soon-ish once I get over my frustration with this one, because I want to try an A-frame again, and I want to try a tiny home with these sort of fun little things are incorporated without it being an A-frame. I've learned a lot. That's the point I'm trying to make from this build. I picked up a pen to gesture with. I'm putting that down. That's the point I'm making here, is this build, I'm not as happy with it as I could be, but it taught me a lot. And now I want to take those things that I've learned and put them into other builds, so you might get a lot of similar style builds where I incorporate what I've learned. That being said, this build is cute. I'm not giving it the credit that it is due. It's just that there were so many things that I had to compromise on that by the end of it I was having a hard time even seeing that it was cute. But the inside is cute. The color scheme is very monochromatic. It is two colors. Two colors, and that's basically it. There's little pops. It's teal and white. I did not stray from my comfort zone on this one at all. At all. There's little pops of pink because of an art piece I picked. You okay, little dude? You being very noisy over there. Watson is voicing his opinions. Hi, Watts. Watson was not pleased with this build either because this build made Mom pull her hair out. He's not a big fan of when that happens. But I do think it's cute, and I learned a lot, and I'm being really hard on it. It is adorable. I was looking at, like I said, at the screenshots after being away from it for a day, and I was like, okay, it doesn't suck. I wish it was more playable. It's a little hard to figure out what floor needs to be open to see what you need to see. Everything is usable, to the point where the sim was kind of annoying the heck out of me because he kept going in and doing things he wasn't supposed to do while I was trying to get him to test other things. But it is playable, and it almost has a little bit of a dollhouse effect because of the roofs. Like, it's almost got a little bit of like a cutaway, especially with that second story. But not, in my opinion, the novelty would wear off very fast of living in this home. I was trying to make that window glow. It was not worth it. I think the novelty in this house would wear off pretty darn quickly. So, but I like the color scheme. I like the concept of it. I like little A-frame houses. I wish we could do little A-frame houses. Fun fact, I build a lot of little A-frame houses in Minecraft because they offer a lot of little niche storage spaces. And A-frame houses seem to be pretty common in like mountainous spaces because the snow rolls off of them. Small Watson update. I know you don't need another one. He is now standing by the door just looking at me like, let me out of here, because I have the door closed while I'm recording. Crazy little dog. He is possibly not built for that YouTube life. Anyways, went really minimal on the decorations as well because it's a small space. I didn't want it to feel cluttered. Cut there because I briefly thought I'm gonna do this bathroom in purple, and then I realized there's no purple statement tiles that aren't, actually I don't think there's any at all, but there's definitely not any that were like cute. So I went back to the bathroom's a little more green, but like I said, stuck with a very monochromatic pattern. Color scheme just real simple and easy. Had a huge fight with the camera. That's the other thing that makes this not inherently playable, which again sucks. Is that the camera really wants to jump around because of the roofs. This build, that's my issue with this build, is just it could have been so much better if roofs just worked. If roofs just worked. But I have literally had that issue since like day one. I love little A-frame houses. I've tried to build little A-frame houses for literally like all of the 7 years now, and just it's never worked, and I never stop trying, and then I keep trying and I keep getting disappointed. And why I picked a week that was hard at work to build this house, so like I would be frustrated coming home from work, and then I would sit down to do this, and I would be frustrated doing this, and then like you carry that, you know? Cause then you're looking at like 10 to 12 hours of being frustrated. And like, why did I do that to myself? This build did not deserve the hate that it got, but it got a lot of hate because of the time of my life I decided to do that. Anyways, I digress. I love the couch. I wish all of them had that pattern. I've seriously debated like going into shoot, it just went out of my head. The CC Maker, Sims 4 Studio, good land, and just taking the texture off of the newer swatches and putting them on all the swatches on that couch, because that couch is adorable. I do wish it was a little bit fluffier looking. Sims 4 couches don't always look super comfy, and I'm a comfy kind of girl. That's my thing. If it's not comfy, I don't care if it's cute. Yeah, he couldn't get up here at this point. This was me losing my mind because he couldn't get in the dang bed, but he can this way. I did hang tapestry. I wanted it to look cute, and he's yelling. This was me so excited because they can relax and watch TV in bed, which is one of my favorite things to do after a hard day. And so I was so excited my Sims can do it now. I just hung one curtain on those windows because I thought it would make sense to make it look like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like you pulled it across, like it's one big thing, but it's folded up. That's kind of what I imagined. And I didn't put curtains on the lower level because really there's not like a ton of windows for people. You'd have to get pretty close, but the upstairs is pretty open. It's actually a pretty light and airy build for as few windows as there are. I was pretty excited about that. I mean, I know there's windows on the front, but still, like, that's not a lot of windows for the amount of space in the home. So, but I liked it a lot. I thought it was really cute. And you could hang curtains in those windows if you wanted to. Really easy, I think. But considering how this build had gone and my luck with curtains, no thank you, sir. No thank you. I did like the landscaping too. It's very, very simple and very, very, like, rustic and easy and overgrown. But I think it kind of fit the house. So, and then I just did this little path, and at this point, Christopher walked in and goes, "How's the build going?" And I went, "Ah!" So here's the screenshots. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna leave you here because all I want to do is rant about this build, and it doesn't deserve the rap it's getting. But I hope you guys are having a great day. I'm gonna go hug a Watson, and I will see you all very, very soon.